A brief message from your friendly neighborhood editing Jordan. We tend to try to keep things pretty PG-13 around here, but this is an improv podcast. So, who knows what we're going to say. Sometimes we throw in some swearing, some sexual content, and some violence. So, as a general warning, viewer discretion is advised. Also to be noted, the opinions stated about a certain tabletop role-playing game are just that, our opinions. We love the game and we like talking about it. So any criticisms are really just all in good fun. That being said, wizards, please hire us. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get on with the show.
Oh shoot, oh man.
This summer, join Nat One podcast on their next thrilling adventure. This is the part where we have like a zooming shot of the three of us as they battle for the future of their podcast.
Dun, 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 dun.
Da-na-na.
Dalton Pertusit.
I'm the Nat part.
Jordan Willis.
I didn't know I was in it. I thought I was just making the movie.
And Levi Coons will do what it takes to become the ultimate podcast.
I'm actually just happy with like 10 more subscribers. Really.
The ultimate blockbuster of 2023. Nat One podcast.
Wait, I only have like 4 months to make this?
On the silver screen.
Why is it silver?
I could give you a whole history about movie screens, but I don't think you want that right now.
Will it get us 10 more subscribers?
Probably not.
Rated PG-13.
Rated R.
What are we doing that makes it rated R?
Whoa. Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not gonna want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertusit.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
Well, you're allowed to get one of those per PG-13.
Fuck.
No! Oh my gosh, we're never gonna make money now.
It's okay, George can censor it in post.
True.
You're
Jordan.
assuming I will censor it in post.
Just King Crimson everything.
Yeah. It's just gonna be you going, no! No!
This summer. No. The whole
Absolutely
thing
not.
skipped. Okay. All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode. Today, we're doing something stupid because I thought it sounded funny. And they said, okay, sure. I had to do this homework project where I had to like go to a fake video game title creator thing and then write what the video game was about. And so then I said, wouldn't it be funny if we did that for movies, but we just pretended with all sincerity that these were real movies and then we told each other what they were about? Do they know things? Wait, what is it? BoJack Horseman reference inbound. What do celebrities know? Do they know things? Let's find out. Something like that.
Also, I am putting my foot down right now. If we have any good ideas, I am taking them and writing them and making them a movie, copyrighted right now.
It's law abiding. It's on the internet forever now.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to steal our ideas.
You hear that, wizards? You know what
Please
you're up
give
to.
us money. Netflix, hire me.
I'm gonna go with HBO Max.
I literally any major streaming service, but I say Netflix because it sounds funnier.
All right. So yeah, aim of the game. We have a movie title generator. One of us, we each got one. We're gonna go by different genres. We're opening with adventure movies. And I'm gonna go first, then Jordan, then Levi. Literally, I'm just gonna pick a title, tell you what it's about. It's written in stone. It will be true. There's no going backsies on this. You at home ready? Find a movie generator for yourself if you'd like, or take notes.
Yeah.
All right, let's begin. And I'm generating now. Okay. So I'm going to choose the one that I got here called Argument of the Stockades. But honorable mentions goes to Pirates and Children.
Iconic.
Or perhaps Travel to the Animals. But yes, Argument of the Stockades. It's an Oscar bait adventure film. It's kind of like what was that called? Slumdog Millionaire. I don't know if anyone's watched that. Have you guys watched that
Have
movie?
not.
Okay. Slumdog Millionaire follows a guy who participates in the game show who wants to be a millionaire, and he manages to get every single question right because he actually experienced like firsthand every question somehow. But they accuse him of cheating because they think he's cheating. And they're like threatening his life over the course of the film, but it's a lot of flashbacks while he's on the game show. So Argument of the Stockades, it's set in like medieval times, and there's two people in the stockades, right? And they're talking to each other and explaining how they got in the stockades, but they're arguing because they don't think that they're supposed to be in the stockades. But the thing is they're like arguing against each other. They're like, he should be in the stockades, not me. And he's like, no, she should be in the stockades, not me. But in truth, neither of them are actually the criminal that needs to be in the stockades. But they're also not people you should identify with. And that's why it's Oscar bait. It's Parasite 2. I've done it. I've made it. Give me Oscar. You can clap now. We don't clap.
So I had my mic muted. Heh.
Okay.
I didn't clap.
The audience claps now.
Yes.
Would you
They're
guys watch that
probably not.
movie?
I watched that movie.
Probably not.
What? Why wouldn't you watch my movie, Levi?
Doesn't seem that exciting for me.
What? Well, that's the point. It's Oscar bait. They're not supposed to be exciting.
I feel like it's supposed to be, I feel like it feels like a bottle episode where there's very little like away from the stocks. So it's so it kind of feels like what was the movie that just came out on Netflix? It was one of the last things that Chadwick Boseman was in. It's like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, I think.
I'll take
where
your
it's
word for
like
it.
where it's but most of the movie takes place in the basement of the recording studio where the band is waiting for the recording session to start. And there's all kinds of like tense discussion and character development that happens. It's a very interesting movie. It's quite good.
Exactly. That's what I'm going for. See, Jordan liked it, so that's how I know I get the Oscar.
There
or at
you go.
least the nomination.
Film
Uncut
major
gems.
approved.
Just
Yeah.
as the Oscars
Uncut
work,
Gems.
normal people who just watch the movies, it doesn't matter at all what they care about.
Yeah.
I mean, I will agree with this because I have quibbles with a lot of Oscar nominations.
Sundance Film Festival winner, probably. That's
There
like
you
the
go.
first
Yeah.
thing.
You win a film festival. That I will give you.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Oscar, but you've got film festival cred.
Yeah, that's like on my first thing pops up in the trailers. Like there's a zooming shot and then that.
You get
That's
the
how-
laurels from the film festival. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I, as a viewer, always know to immediately discount a film. But anyway,
The film festival circuit is useful. We got a lot of good blockbusters that came from the film festival circuit.
Avengers Endgame, Sundance Film Festival.
Oh my god.
Heartwarming tale. No. Okay. That's my adventure movie, Jordan.
All right. We'll see how well I can explain this because I've got like half of a beat sheet in my head for this. All right. So my adventure title is called Guardian of the Void. I think that it's meant to be because it came up in 2 separate times that I hit randomize. So I think it's trying to tell me something. So I'm thinking, this is how it goes. The rules of the game. So this movie is told through disjointed clips, kind of like the last 5 years, where it's not necessarily linear storytelling. And it begins the way that you would think the movie would end. So it begins with the main character dying, which gives it all away. And so the entire movie will be told through these disjointed clips where the audience will try to piece together what exactly happened. And you're left wondering the question of what is the void and why does it need to be protected? And you have all of these different characters. It will be an ensemble cast of people, and any one of them has these different backstories of why they could be in the situation and why they're here and their connections to other characters. And so you're kind of left wondering, is the void the friends we made along the way?
Whoa.
It's a bad explanation. But you would have an ensemble cast of characters and they would all be kind of like a bottle episode kind of thing. But I'm thinking more like Clue, where you got like the house instead of the one central location. And there's got to be some kind of like conflict in there between different characters. And they're also wondering like why they're all here.
Oh my gosh. It's Ensemble Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yes.
All right, okay. Levi, who's directing that movie?
That movie?
Yeah.
Who's directing it?
Yeah.
Jordan.
No, you got to pick a famous director.
Hey.
Sorry, a more famous director. Why do I feel like that was like the most insulting thing I've ever said?
J.J. Abrams.
Wow, okay.
I can see that as a J.J. Abrams.
Also, I've been able to pick up from context clues what you mean by bottle episode, but I don't think Levi has. What does bottle episode mean?
A bottle episode is where, so some of the best examples of this on television, there's an episode in Community that is literally, they reference and call it a bottle episode because Abed is obsessed with television. It's where the characters aren't necessarily trapped, but all the action takes place in one centralized place or room. And so it's mainly like a lot of emotional reveals and character building and talking. And so it's very like closed in and confined so that you're not necessarily distracted with other aspects such as setting and location and context. It also happens a lot in television shows. They will do bottle episodes all the time to save money on the set. So you're stuck in the one room and you don't have to go pay for location shots or other sets.
Okay, so like 12 Angry Men.
Yes, 12 Angry Men is the largest bottle episode.
And also probably our last session was also a bottle episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just essentially one location, a lot of talking, a lot of emotional depth and subtext.
Okay. Who's the lead?
Like who's playing the lead?
Yeah, probably, but or just the character name, but both probably would be better.
I think J.J. Abrams gets to decide that.
Is it J.J. Abrams too? Director and lead?
No.
This isn't Hamilton.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is the lead.
This is Hamilton.
This is Hamilton. This is just Hamilton. Now I've actually got to go out and flesh this story out because I've got some ideas, but they're not necessarily like the movie. It's not linear.
Oh no. The audience just realized we're actually just doing like Jordan homework for an episode.
No, this is just Jordan homework. This is literally what my homework was before I graduated.
Okay, is that all you have to say about Guardians of the Void?
Yes.
Or was it Guardian singular? I forgot.
It was Guardian singular.
Okay.
There's one Guardian and one Void.
Dang it. Okay, Levi, give us an adventure film for the ages. You're the last adventure film.
So mine's a little bit more of a lighthearted adventure film. It's not as serious as you guys have made yours out to be with all this emotional depth and deep storytelling. My adventure film is called Driving Into My Friends.
Wait a minute.
And it's a movie about a bunch of race car drivers in NASCAR who are really good friends. But the protagonist has so much ambition that he is willing to go above and beyond, and he doesn't care about his friends' feelings. And so in like the opening race of the movie, he drives into his friends. And he like horribly injures some of them just to win the race. And it's like this big scandal and everything. And so the movie is, it's kind of similar to Cars, right?
I was going to say, why is this just the plot of Cars?
I was thinking Talladega Nights.
The movie is him having to learn how to be like not an ambitious asshole.
It's just that Cars.
Friends are better than winning. But here's how it's different than Cars. At the very end of the movie, it's like the final big race, right? And they're driving, but he's not winning. He's losing. So he has to make a decision. Does he just give up and lose for the sake of his friends? Or does he drive into his friends?
This is just Cars meets I Think You Should Leave.
And the
And
lead
so
is
he
still played by
decides-
Owen Wilson.
It's like the very end of the movie is just a shot of him like getting ready to T-bone one of his friends.
Oh my god!
And that's how it ends.
How does he T-bone on a NASCAR track? Those are just circles.
That's the question, right? That's
I don't
the
think
question.
it is. I thought the question is, will he T-bone his friends, not how.
Will you T-bone your friends? When will you T-bone your friends?
Okay. Wait. I have questions for the producer. Wait a minute.
Who's the producer in this game?
Levi. Okay. This is insane. Shoot. How well does it do in the international box office? Like, is this a film that is it like Transformers, where it kind of sucks in America but does amazing overseas?
I think no. Here's how we spin it. We spin it as the live action remake of Cars. So it's all the cars are like
Gritty
the same
realism.
model vehicles, but they just have the drivers who were like the voice actors for them driving them.
So it is just Owen Wilson again.
Yes,
Wow.
and Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh my gosh. And whoever else was in Cars.
And
The
so
other
depending
people.
on if the attitude is still, oh my God, live action remakes are horrible, stop doing them, or if it's shifted back to, oh, this could be pretty cool, that'll depend on how well it does.
So this is kind of like that Banana Splits movie where they took a nostalgic property and then turned it into like a incredibly tonally different thing.
No, I feel like this
Yes.
is a Riverdale take of Cars.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
And that's how we're marketing it like that too. We're not being like, oh, it's a faithful remake. We're like, no,
It's like
This has a
Riverdale.
this has a spin on it. It's not the same, so that people don't go in and they're like, that wasn't Cars.
It's
They
the
go in,
CW
and
remake.
then they're like, that wasn't Cars.
This isn't your grandpappy's Cars film. Okay.
Oh my god.
Is that all for your...
It's the
Diving
Cars
into-
timeline where Lightning McQueen just never gave up being the champion.
He what? Like he's still the champion though. That's
But
the
this
entire
time he
point of the
wins-
rest of the franchise.
This time he wins with violence.
He wins without the heart of gold.
Yeah.
He uses the heart of gold to bash in the brains of other
Yeah.
participants.
Okay. So that's going to make the next one really interesting for you, because now our next category is children's
Children.
movies.
Yep.
I've already generated mine. What the heck are these?
I think it wants me
I
to
have
make
one.
a movie about my new dog.
Why? These are not children's movies.
That's what you think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I got one. It's like a blatant ripoff, but I don't care because that's going to be even funnier. I do want to note again. I'm going to give some shout outs to like runner ups. We have Amazing Life of My Dad, Dragons and Goats, and Puzzling with My Brother. But I instead am choosing Forest of Miracles. All right.
Ooh.
Two kids, one just moved in, goes and they jump across a sizable creek where they live their imagination land all the time, and it's amazing and fun. And there's this really big fuzzy monster with two horns that is also a good friend, but then something tragic happens, like some adult matter that kids don't really understand, but the kids'
Divorce.
imaginations, yeah. The CGI, I mean, totally not CGI, of imagination. It makes you remember what it's like to be a kid again with CGI. But then something tragic happens and it's like sad and down to earth again. But mostly kids are going to like it because there's a poop joke.
Coming to you next summer from DreamWorks.
Yeah, no, this is an ambitious Illumination project where they're trying to break the mold of being the Minion studio, but it's gonna flop horribly.
There's a Minion cameo in the middle that makes all the toddlers go nuts.
Yes, exactly. And this is definitely totally not a ripoff of both Bridge to Terabithia and what's that one movie? Oh, it's based off a children's book where the
Big
Wild
Friendly
Things Are.
Giant. Oh, I was gonna say the Big Friendly Giant. Or
No,
as I
this
like
is
to call it, the Big Fucking Giant, because it's the
the
BFG.
BFG, yeah. This is totally absolutely not a ripoff of either of those properties. I've never heard of them in my entire life before. What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my children's movie.
Yay.
And the best part, the star, Ben Affleck.
Does he do the Batman voice?
Perhaps. Playing a 11-year-old kid. But
Okay.
the kid he plays is a girl.
Oh,
That is the main character.
All right.
Her name is Terabithia.
Again, not
And
a
the
blatant
male-
riff off at all.
the
No,
male character's name is Bridge 2.
I'm also starting to I'm beginning to think you never read Bridge to Terabithia.
definitely never read it. Watch the movie.
Seriously, that was one of my favorite books as a kid. It's so sad.
No, I just watched the movie a bunch.
The movie's good too, but the book is devastating.
That's my children's movie. I think it might win Best Picture for children's movie.
So is it like just classic CG, or are you doing some of the funky stuff that we started seeing now with like Into the Spider-Verse CG, where it's different styles of CG animation?
Illumination Studio? Dude,
Yeah.
This is all Minion CG. This is...
You sound so offended that I deigned to think you would do anything different.
Illumination? No, this is, I mean, wait till you see the Ben Affleck chick looks just like that tall Minion. In fact, I think we just reused all our old assets.
You just reskinned the Minions.
I hate Illumination Studio.
Don't say that, they're gonna sue us.
Sorry, I can't bring myself to say I love you, but
I think you broke Levi.
you're an important industry or figure in the industry. There. Is that good enough?
Yes.
Okay. Vern, what's your children's movie?
Give me a second.
Okay.
All right. I'm also gonna do a couple honorable mentions because some of these are really funny.
Okay.
So honorable mention, Cleaning with My Fish, Goats and Girls, and Coat in the River are my honorable mentions. But my actual movie title is Cows and Dragons.
Cows and Dragons.
Yes, it is a hand-drawn animation movie that will slowly transition into CG as it goes on.
Oh, bold.
And it will slowly transition to CG. And it is a coming-of-age story about a child that is being forced to grow up, and it's a young cow. This is like their farm animals that live on a farm. And the poor cow has too big of an imagination, and it's getting in the way of life and doing things. And gosh darn it, they're 11 years old. They have to grow up at some point and stop believing in these damn stories. And then a dragon attacks the farm. And so no.
Oh.
And so suddenly this young cow child is launched into the fantasy world of their dreams, and they find that the dragons were the friends they made.
I'm noticing a trend with your films.
I'm gonna try to put that in everywhere, but no, they fight the dragons and they gather allies along the way, and it's a child's version of the hero's journey, basically. And the kid gets to be a knight and like have a magic friend, and yeah, and then they come home and save the farm from the dragon torment, and probably don't kill the dragon because it's a kids movie. They come to an agreement with the dragon, and it's like a beneficial relationship on both sides.
Okay, what is the obligatory pop culture song you play at some point?
Oh God. I was gonna say it would be really funny if it played It's Raining Men when the dragon first attacks and everything just goes.
I'm thinking Pitbull's Fireball.
or Katy Perry's Firework
True.
when the dragon attacks. It has to be made in poor taste because they always are.
Yeah, and then the kids would be like people would grow up 10 years later and be like, remember how messed up that was?
No, it would have to be an original song sung by the child star that's playing the titular character. Like it's like a Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs type thing, or like a Despicable Me thing where they have the rising child star that also has a singing career. They do an original song for the credits.
Yeah.
And so it would have to be that one song that they stick in to like launch the child's career, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Who will be the child star?
I don't know the
Pink.
name of any child stars. Did you say Pink?
Yeah, the artist.
She's not a child.
Oh, Gower grew up.
So my movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, many of my titles were actually like real. I got like Toads and Ducks, Frogs and Little Birds, Cooking with My New Dog. But I think the one that I also have Of Secrets, just that, Of Secrets.
That's ominous.
But I think the one that takes the cake for me is Snowman of Sunshine. So Snowman of Sunshine is going to be a story about, it's the end of winter, and there's this kid. He's our main character, or she. It doesn't really, the gender doesn't matter. That made this snowman at the beginning of winter, and every day they would go out and have an imaginary adventure with their snowman friend. And this is sort of like Frosty the Snowman, but not quite. It's got a happier ending.
Because the happiest ending is when he melts.
All of the snow, what?
Huh?
He was a criminal.
All of the snow melts, but this snowman doesn't melt with it. Because he's the snowman of sunshine.
That's Olaf from Frozen.
It's just Frozen.
So then, because now it's warm and he's the snowman of sunshine, he like starts being more than just a snowman. He comes to life. Because he's like a plant and he photosynthesizes in order to live.
That's just like Olaf. Oh.
So now the kid is like, what the heck? You're not supposed to, you're supposed to melt because you're a snowman. And he's like, well, I'm not, I'm still here, aren't I? And then they just get to continue going on adventures and stuff. And like they cause shenanigans, like the snowman goes in the house and the parents are like, what? You can't have that in here. It'll get water all over everything. But then it doesn't because he doesn't melt. And so the parents are like, what the heck? And the kid's like, yeah, that's right, Mom and Dad. You were wrong. And he's pretty cool. Get it? And the snowman's like, I radiate sunlight. I am very warm.
Why are all of Levi's movie pitches just, I think you should leave bits?
I'm waiting for this movie to like come out and it's a huge flop, and then like as a spite film they come out with a sequel, but it's like the edgy adult version, and now like the young girl has a romantic relationship with the snowman.
I'm imagining this to be like a Paddington Bear sort of movie, like a really happy,
They gave him a gun.
nothing bad movie. Like that's what I'm kind of imagining it to be like.
This guy thinks he's Paddington over here. All right. Now who voices the snowman? This one's like the most important of any of the cast ones I've asked so far. Pick a good
Chris
one.
Pratt.
Oh no!
Why?
That makes the
Because
sequel
why
much
not?
worse.
Why not give him another role?
He's already crisp. Now let's make him sunny. Oh gosh. Okay, get us out of these children's films. We're gonna get in trouble. Moving on.
Drama.
Oh God, drama.
I don't know what we're looking at on time. We're probably okay, right? Like
I have
half
no
hour.
idea.
Okay, we'll be fine. Drama time.
About half hour, yeah.
Okay. These ones, like, let me just say, I wouldn't watch a single one of the ones I got.
I would watch many of the ones I got.
I wouldn't watch any of these.
But I got to come up with something that makes complete sense. They all sound like soap operas, like Soldiers of the Prison, stranger without sin, weep for the light. I'm gonna go with
That was a cool poem you just made, man.
thank you. I'm gonna say Peon of Earth.
You also got a peon one?
Yeah.
What are you guys peeing on?
Some snowman I found outside.
No!
I got
Okay,
one that was
this-
called Peon Without Sin.
The sunshine will just blind you so you'll miss.
I never no. Okay. Peon of Earth. This is an ensemble film like Knives Out, or that one, what was it, like Caesar, I think is what it was called. It was kind of recent. It was on the set of a film on Caesar or something like that.
I don't know.
It's an ensemble film. It's got a star-studded cast. Peon of Earth. Now I keep thinking of P-on. It takes place in sunny Los Angeles, because every movie that's a drama has to take place in sunny Los Angeles, but it's actually being filmed in Georgia. The film follows one young man that moves to Los Angeles without a penny to his name, and he has dreams of becoming an actor, a star actor, and it's in probably like the 70s. But instead of becoming an actor, he's just poor and is like homeless for years. But we watch, it's kind of like Forrest Gump. We watch as this homeless man who becomes like heavily addicted to drugs and cannot separate fiction from reality anymore, guide some of the most famous names in history through their choices that led them to very famous historical moments. For example, there's a scene where the titular peon of Earth meets someone that says, yeah, I'm not sure where I should hold my congratulatory drive through town. And he says, you need to go to Dallas. And then the audience is like, whoa, but he's like, just he has a dream of like an ice cream truck in Dallas, Texas. It's just like
Are you
Forrest
talking
Gump.
about Donald Frederick Kennedy?
Yeah, but it doesn't say that in the movie. That's like one of the low points, because like then the audience knows what's up, and then like maybe he like breaks through and he's like, whoa, I did that, whoopsie. Also, I realized I said this takes place in the 70s and that wouldn't track, so maybe it actually is in the 50s now. I don't care. Best part, the director of this movie, Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, you lost me.
I wasn't ever supposed to have you with this one.
Okay, so Jordan, what's your
I feel like with the star-studded cast, it could potentially be out. Like you'll get one nomination for the really, really big actor that you pull, but the rest of the movie, it's like it becomes just like a blip of like, or it gains cult classic status.
Yes, Meryl Streep plays JFK.
There you go. Yeah, because she can play anything.
Yeah, it makes complete sense to me.
Yeah,
it's just like that one Daniel Radcliffe movie, Swiss Army Man. It's so outlandish.
Everyone else remembers Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter. I will forever remember him as the farting dead corpse.
I only remember him as J. Pierpont Finch.
Also true.
I like the farting dead corpse better.
Or he also did a movie not too long ago, I'm pretty sure, where he like invaded the a famous hate group that I don't know if I should say on YouTube.
Yeah,
that I don't know about.
Yeah, there was
he did a movie where he basically went like undercover into a bad people group.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I don't know what happened to it. I need to check out what the name of it is. But anyway, Jordan, your drama flick.
All right, my drama flick is called Messengers and Windows.
Like a bird.
No.
Oh.
And so it's kind of going to be a look at how we form parasocial relationships with strangers and people that we don't really know that well. And it's going to be
it's relatable.
Hopefully it's not relatable.
It's relatable.
It will be and we'll start with a series of messages told through like the steam on a coffee shop window, and it will mainly focus on two people who think they've fallen in love with each other just through like little notes that they leave on the steam on this coffee shop window that they both frequent, but never at the same time. And then it escalates to leaving actual notes for the other to find. And so it's a hunt for each other. And then suddenly from one side, the notes stop because something has happened. And so the person who is still like looking for and looking for notes to receive and is still writing notes is then left to wonder what happened and is trying to figure out what happened to the person that they don't actually really know. And they find out like a lot of these personal details and insert themselves into the lives of the people this person did know. And it kind of becomes a little bit of a mess because you kind of have to ask the question of like, do they belong here even though they technically had some kind of relationship with this person? Is it their position to be with? I don't know if it's, I haven't decided if it's just like somebody that was in an accident is like in the hospital, or if they've passed. Like, is it your position to insert yourself into this grieving family situation for this person that you hardly knew and we're just writing notes back and forth to?
Oh my gosh, Levi, it's just like anime.
Yeah. That's why I kept saying it was relatable, but not in a good way.
I just kind of said that flippantly. I didn't think he would agree with me. I thought he was
didn't
gonna do
either.
like a what? So I don't know what's happening anymore.
I don't either.
All right. Where is it taking place?
I'm
Los
gonna
Angeles,
say
California.
Well, no, I'm gonna say it's somewhere. It's a big enough city to where it would be plausible that they would never run into each other. But it's like the city isn't important, so it's never specified. It's just large metropolitan area, popular
Metropolis.
Portland.
Yeah.
It's actually a DC film that they don't reveal till the end.
Yes, it's part of the DC cinematic universe, and they just you just see like the posters in the background for Superman or whatever, and you occasionally see like the Joker run through the background of the scene, but it's not the focal point whatsoever.
Better yet, do like a Morbius on them at the very end, be like, man, I can't believe I saw Batman at that funeral.
That's the after credits scene, is they're at the funeral for this person and you've gone through this emotional journey of like the rights to people and all that stuff, and then the end credit scene is the main character just leaning over to someone and be like, is that Bruce Wayne?
Or being like, we're forming a team, we want you in it. Just a complete average Joe.
Yep, there you go. It's a part of the DC cinematic universe, and it's an unreleased project. It's just like slice of life stories from the universe.
He tells villains his stories, and it makes them so sad they just give up.
It's just like George Joestar. Or at the very end, like you don't know this whole time, and then they go like, "We need your help, Clark Kent."
I see, do like a once type deal where the main characters are never named. They're just like, I can dig that. But
oh, that's so funny though.
It's just Clark and Lois, but it's not.
Yeah. Never stated. Eternal sunshine of the Superman mind. Okay.
But yeah, that's my addition to the DC.
Well, I have two that I'm really torn between, but honestly, I feel like the first one is much more of an adventure movie than a drama movie, so it's gonna have to be the second one. The first one is Rat of the Lost Ones.
Huh?
That's what I got.
Ratatouille?
I got Rat of the Lost Ones. I think that's much more of an adventure movie though, because I think it would be like Ratatouille, but instead of cooking, it's like Indiana Jones.
It's Ratatouille, but rated R.
It's like a bunch of rats who are like, I don't know, find an ancient rat civilization or something. And they're all doing it together. It's like a big adventure. But that one's not the one we're talking about. We're talking about destroying the mayor.
What?
Destroying the mayor.
Why?
How?
Also
by
true.
what means?
So obviously this is a drama, so it's not going to be like blowing up the mayor. It's going to mean it in the sense of like ruining his career. So I think this is some movie about some guy who like who who has all these like slights happen to him in his life, and he does a conspiracy theory board where he ties them all back to the mayor of the town he lives in and determines that the mayor is the root of all of his problems. And so what he has to do is ruin the mayor's life
This is just the Riddler.
in order to fix his problems. So the like that's the opening act of the movie, is everything going wrong, and then he figures out the mayor is to blame for everything. And then like the second act of the movie is him formulating this master plan on how to bring the mayor down.
Like an Ocean's movie.
And then the final act of the movie will be him orchestrating the plan, and everything's happening and it's going really well, and like the mayor gets completely defamed, everyone hates him and everything, but it turns out he was right the entire time, and the mayor was going out of his way to ruin his life.
A twist.
Dun, dun,
And he
dun.
wasn't crazy.
So M. Night Shyamalan directs.
Yes.
What are some of the names you came up with before this one? Not like actually, but what were some names on the cutting room floor for this film? May I suggest The Redditor? Or if that's copywritten, the online forum board.
4chan, the movie.
Yeah, the 4chan, the
Film
infamous
chan.
hacker known as 4chan.
Or wait, what the way they denote their groups is like /letter/, so it could be
Yes.
like
/Paul, because that's
yeah,
politics.
/Poll, yeah. Politics. Oh, that people would explode if
Yeah.
that was like a film title.
Woo. I can get really good titles.
Yeah. Also, real quick, I looked up that Daniel Radcliffe film, 2016 Imperium. Anyway,
Okay.
now
Destroying the mayor.
same thing. Moving on. Next category. Oh, this is a good one. We're going to fantasy.
Ooh.
And for my own, at the time we're recording this, the D&D movie recently got announced, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. For my own personal interest, I'm going to say Dungeons and Dragons before all of these to see which one sounds best.
We're writing the sequel.
Yes. I still think it's going to be a D&D CU. Dungeons and Dragons Cinematic Universe.
Honestly, I'm down with it because I think that could be fun.
Whoa, okay, that one sounds cool. Should I do the cool one or the stupid one? I need some live input.
I'm also torn between the cool one and the stupid one.
I think I've got a okay cool one, so you guys can choose accordingly.
All right, I'm gonna go stupid. So like I said, I'm going to read these as if they're Dungeons and Dragons. So I have some cool ones. But the one that I was going to go with was Dungeons and Dragons: Deceiving the Demons. But or also I could have went Dungeons and Dragons: Dead in Dreams. But instead I'm going to go with Dungeons and Dragons: Fish of Fire.
Oh my god!
They all took the Fisher background.
This is what we were talking about in the background episode.
We
It's a
already
bunch of
established.
fishermen.
It's the coolest background.
Oh my goodness.
So this is like a bottle episode movie again, but it's fantasy. So like it's 4 people. One of them's in like heavy armor. One of them's a satyr. One of them's like obviously casting magic. It's a fantasy movie, but they're all just fishing in different little ways. They fish, and we watch as they're fishing. We learn why they're fishing, how they're fishing, and how they plan to get the fish of fire, which they need to appease Tiamat, which they've somehow gotten into a contract for in exchange for like a copper piece, because one of them is really greedy or silly. Like it was like, I'll give you this copper piece if you'll get me the fish of fire, and they're like, deal. And we learn about how that came to be, and now how they're going to get it, what the fish of fire is, and then a la Jordan, we learn that the fish of fire were the fires we fished along the Friends. Huh? Does anyone smell burnt toast?
Yeah.
I think the fire might be burnt fish.
That's my movie. I think it's pretty good. It's a good sequel, probably.
It sounds like a D&D plot hook.
Yeah, we might even have that owl bear lady again that makes people mad on the internet.
Yeah.
I love that she makes people mad on the internet. Stay mad.
Yes. That's my D&D movie sequel. Wizards, my DMs are open.
Stop talking. They'll just take it. They won't give you anything. They'll just take it from us again.
Dude, this one's so out there. If there's any semblance to this, like, we'll know.
We know.
We've decided to update the fisherman feat without feet background.
Optional feature, fish of fire.
All right, Jordan, give us your one.
All right, so my fantasy movie title is called Bleeding in the Plague.
Whoa.
So we're gonna have it's gonna open on a like small village where everybody has suddenly fallen sick, and it's a very rapid advanced illness where like it's like rabies. By the time you see the symptoms, you're dead. So, and it's mysteriously spreading through the town, and it's a magical illness, and so nobody knows where it's coming from. Nobody knows where it went. Cotton Eye Joe.
That is also an illness in the song.
I know, but there's a mysterious illness. So this adventuring party, and it's spreading throughout the world. So this adventuring party is on a journey trying to figure out where this plague is coming from and how to stop it before it like wipes out the entire world. And plot twist, maybe one of them gets it. I don't know. We haven't decided that yet. But what they will like, I'm thinking one of them gets it, or one of them is like immune. It's like that zombie trope where you have the one special person who has the antibodies.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they have to find like the evil entity that is spreading this plague across the lands and stop it. And it's called Bleeding in the Plague because it just makes all of the blood drain out of your body.
Well,
like you just start bleeding profusely and then you die.
I gotta say, I admire your courage for making a political fantasy film. No. I think that this would excel. It's like that one video game that came out recently that like nobody played, but it was like a AAA game. Like, was it Plague Tale of Innocence or something like that? No, not
idea.
Stray. Everyone's playing Stray. No, Plague Tale of Innocence.
About.
It was like a $60 game backed by a super huge studio. I can't remember which one. And then like, it came out.
What you're talking about, yeah.
No one played it. No one's heard of it. It's gone.
I saw a couple streamers play it.
Did you? I mean, I watch a handful, and I didn't see a single person cover it.
I saw I think two.
But I also didn't see like anybody cover Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and it's been out for a bit now. But also, I don't know how well it performed. But it's also another AAA that's been like flying under the radar. Anyway, a cool one. What do we ask? Is it all practical effects?
Of course.
Okay.
Look who you're asking here. Yeah.
I know. I just didn't know if maybe against your will they didn't. Like how hard did you have to struggle? That's
the good question. Like if the studio wants all CG, they get all CG. But ideally, in my brain, it would be all practical effects. So there would be gallons and gallons of fake blood.
Why fake?
That's true. Commit to the bit. We could just get a bunch of pig blood.
I was thinking just get method actors. Maybe get Jared
Levi,
Leto in
what's
there.
your? Oh yeah, no. If it's Jared Leto, yes.
Morbius 2.
No, I don't like Jared Leto. He will not be in my movie. Not allowed.
All right, Levi, what's your fantasy movie?
Okay, so I'm doing the same thing as predicting. Mine fits really well with as like a subtitle of Dungeons and Dragons. But also my funny one that I could have done was Cat with Immortality.
I think you should do that one.
Immortal Cat.
I like the cool one better, I think, which is Dungeons and Dragons Welcome to the Elements.
Whoa.
And so it's gonna be the sequel to the one that they're coming out with now, and it's just gonna be the plot to the Princes of the Apocalypse adventure, which is the elemental chaos is coming back and the adventurers gotta stop them. So that's why it's called Welcome to the Elements. They got to go to like each of the main elemental planes. They got to go to the fire plane, the water plane, the air plane, the earth plane, and then
Wait a
maybe like
minute.
the in
The
between.
airplane?
The elemental plane of air.
Yo, I have a drinking problem. Haha, get it? Autopilot.
But then, like over the entire trailer, Guns N' Roses "Welcome to the Jungle" is going to be playing.
That was going to be my next question. If that was the trailer.
We did it, guys. We were all on the page for that one.
Yeah.
Put us
And
into
it's gonna
production
be like-
next week.
The same vibe as the trailer for the one they just put out, which is just like it's gonna be a fun action adventure, pretty much. Like we're not going for big drama. It's just we're here to have fun and
See,
fight things.
This is why they should hire us. The three of us should go in on this movie and they just start production like tomorrow, and we don't write the script or anything. It all has to be improvisation based on the very vague plot points that we give the
Exactly.
actors.
You'll figure it out.
You want a real D&D movie, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
I saw a funny tweet somebody made the other day of like, if you want the real Dungeons and Dragons experience, the movie should like end halfway through and everyone in the cinema has to agree when to come back and meet again to finish it.
The true D&D experience.
Hey, we could do it.
I don't know about that.
Although we might have to stream it virtually.
Yeah. Watch all the movie on Zoom. Okay. Good fantasy, good fantasy. Now we're on to horror, and I know we're kind of going long. I don't know if we're going long yet. We got a lot left. I definitely want to do horror. Do you guys? Is there one you really want to hit other than horror?
Let
Might
me
have to
look,
cut
let me
this
look.
short. Yeah.
Wait, I want to the other. No, I'm okay.
I kind of want to hear what we have for romance just because I think it would be funny.
Okay. Horror and romance. We'll call it, and then maybe we'll
Yeah.
do this another day for like video
I
games or
have a
something.
title that is definitely not a horror movie title.
Yeah, I got some rough ones. Okay.
gotta
Why
find
did
one
it give me these?
for funsies.
Okay. All right. Horror movie time. And this is terrifying. Let me get in like the right mood here. It's
Ah!
a ReZero reference. I was trying to. Okay. I have some that are just like bad and are not good, like horrors in Apartment B. Imp of Detention. That seems like it's almost like an Evil Dead. It's more of a comedy than a horror movie. But okay. I have one that, for whatever reason, the image alone is terrifying to me. Dogs Without Eyes.
I hate it already.
Now, the humor thing, the funny thing to do would be to take that just completely literally. And it's just a movie where like one day dogs don't have eyes. And, you know, the people have to grapple with this and it's terrifying. And yeah, but that wouldn't be good enough.
What happens to seeing eye dogs?
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Oh,
But instead I like to think of it where I didn't think this far ahead. It's a metaphor, you know. It's a metaphor for people seeing things that are wrong and bad, but not reporting it. But it seems literal. So like there's seeing eye dogs and dogs that are supposed to help protect people, but they don't because they lose their eyes. And it's like a symptom. When the dog loses its eyes, then that's when the bad, evil bad thing comes for you. The evil thing gets you, and you know it's nearby when your dog doesn't have eyes anymore.
Because dogs can detect eldritch entities because they have eyes on the inside of their head looking into their brain because they have insight. So they lose their eyes and they lose their insight and they can't protect us from the eldritch nightmares of the universe anymore. Just like Bloodborne.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like this is better suited to cats because cats are the ones that are more likely to like stare at ghosts in the corner.
Well, I didn't get cats without eyes, Jordan. It was either dogs without eyes or women without teeth. And I went with the other option.
I want to see the other movie.
That's just a story about addiction. Let's be honest here.
Oh my god. I feel like you could do so if you were going to do the addiction track with Woman Without Teeth, you could do some kind of like psychological visceral horror about the difficulties of addiction and the effect that it has on one's mind.
True,
like
it It'd be like the Invisible Man. It'd be like half literal, half metaphorical.
You could have some like really weird cerebral shit going on.
Mhm. But Dogs Without Eyes coming. That's it.
That is a threat. It's coming.
Yeah, exactly. That's the like poster for the movie. It just says it's coming, and at the bottom, Dogs Without Eyes. And there's like no art at all because the dogs don't have eyes.
Or the poster is all of the dog eyes.
Jordan, let's
Whoa.
do yours.
Mine is called Human in My Dreams.
Have you seen this, man?
It is an alternate universe where humans have gone completely savage and wiped out most of the civilization on Earth. And so the aliens are tasked with guarding Earth to make sure that the humans don't escape and like kill other aliens. And so it's following this alien. The humans have figured out mind control, so they've been invading the dreams of aliens. So it's like a Freddy Krueger situation where the humans in their like breakdown of society have advanced to the point where they are comparable to try to defeat these aliens, but the humans are the bad guys because it's like the purge but all the time. And so then it becomes, it's like a reverse of John Carpenter's The Thing, where like the humans infiltrate the alien ship and they have to like survive.
Right now, guys, I would watch all of these movies that we put forward tonight.
Dogs Without
so cool.
Eyes.
I would watch all of them. But yeah, so instead of the humans running away from the singular alien, the aliens are trying to survive an onslaught of humans trying to break into their technology and get off of the planet to go destroy other worlds.
Well, kudos to you for combining Nightmare on Elm Street with District 13. A brave and ambitious crossover for sure. No one saw it coming.
No, yep. So
All right.
That's my movie. Levi, what you got?
I can get behind.
I've got
Dogs with
Fish.
That. Oh,
Why more fish?
during lunch.
that's a horror movie.
That's what it gave me.
It's what happens when somebody uses a shared microwave to like microwave tuna.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm already scared.
So this movie is, it's like some people in an office building, and this isn't like a full blockbuster movie. This is like an indie movie, so it's really short. It's like
it's an A24.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like this guy who's like, it's his first day here at this new office, and this lady's like, oh, I have some extra from my lunch that I didn't want. Do you want any of it? He's like, oh, what is it? She's like, oh, it's tuna. He's like, oh, no, thanks. I don't like fish. And so that's like the first day. And then he just leaves. And it's like a time skip, and he comes back the next day. And he's forgotten his lunch today. And
No.
he goes to the fridge, the community fridge,
Mhm.
and it's just all tuna sandwiches in the fridge.
But he doesn't like
And
fish.
he doesn't like fish. So he's like, what the heck? Why is all this fish here? And then the woman's there, and she is like, you told me you didn't like fish yesterday. Well, I'm gonna make sure you never eat anything but fish ever again. He's like, what? And then she makes him eat it, and it turns out he doesn't like fish because he's allergic to fish, not because he doesn't like how it tastes, and so he just dies.
Does one of his coworkers turn into a tuna fish sandwich? That is my requirement for this to be a good movie.
The
It's
woman,
like
as
Tusk.
she is stuffing a tuna fish sandwich into his face, turns into a giant tuna fish sandwich. And so it's like, is he crazy? Or is this real?
Good.
Is he having a nightmare? Or it's like one of those movies that like tries to get in your head, like American Psycho, or what's the other really, really well-known one?
Fight Club.
Fight Club, but not Fight Club. The Hotel, the Here's Johnny, The
Fish
Shining.
Club.
Oh, Shining.
Fish Club.
You said
Yeah,
Fight
like
Club.
the-
This is Fish Club.
Like the entire
Club
movie is
sandwich.
just him like maybe hallucinating or maybe not, and you're not sure what's real or not. And it's like really, it's like Fight Club. It's like a really weird premise
Fish
where you're
Club.
like, what the heck? It's called the movie. The movie is called Fish During Lunch, but it's also known by a popular moniker of Fish Club Sandwich.
Why is this starring Jim Carrey?
Why isn't it? I think is what you mean.
You're right. Now you're a true Hollywood director. Never answer questions, deflect with more questions. You're brilliant.
That's the first thing they teach you in film school.
What were you thinking when you made this? I suppose there were just many things. What wasn't I thinking?
You know, the real question that we should be asking is what happens when you hold a mirror this close to the face of society?
And my film begs the question, what were you thinking?
And
done it.
also, what are the fish thinking?
What is the nature of the fish? What is the fish really? What do you think it is?
What does the fish represent? I feel like the fish represents something, and that's something that you have to figure out for yourself.
Now I'm just imagining this taken to an extreme where just a director keeps asking where's the bathroom and everyone just keeps going like, oh,
Where
and no
is the
one tells
bathroom?
them.
That's another I think you should leave bit.
Where is the bathroom?
I think the bathroom is the friends we made along the way.
Oh no!
It's a shame we're gonna do the romance one next because this is an amazing ending. Okay. Oh no. Well, now we're gonna meet the I just generated my titles. This is awful.
This is horrible.
Oh my goodness.
I have some contenders, but I have my one, but I'm gonna have to read some of the.
Shoot, these are better horror movies.
I got a movie and its sequel. I got Visitor of Paradise and Visitors of Paradise.
It's like
Well, you know the Danny DeVito test for romance movies, right?
no.
What?
It's the unfortunate, and I feel bad because Danny DeVito is amazing, and we shouldn't be making fun of Danny DeVito. But basically, because there's the commentary that a lot of characters in a lot of main characters in rom-coms are actually really, really creepy if you think about it too hard. And so the way to test to see if it's a true romance movie is, would it be weird if the lead was played by Danny DeVito? And if it would be weird, then it's a horror movie. But if it's still a cute, sweet romance, then it's a romance.
Precisely. That makes
I'm sorry,
perfect
Danny
sense.
DeVito.
It's a shame, but it makes perfect sense.
Danny DeVito deserves to find love. Danny DeVito does have love. He's been married to his wife for a while, and she's been in his movies.
Yeah.
But
These are awful. These are horror movies, bro.
yeah, same. I have several horror movies on my list as well.
Shoot, what do I do? Okay. I'm just gonna run with one. Breath of the River. It's I have no other way to do this. It's about two fish. It's about two fish. There's no dialogue in this film. It is purely visual. It is CGI, but it's like that super realistic CGI, but you can still definitely tell it's CGI. And it's about two fish that meet and go on a huge adventure, and only at the end is it revealed that they were salmon because they can go up waterfalls. And it's like pretty or something. And then they have salmon kids. But maybe it transcends species, and like maybe I'm high when I make this film and there's like a whole sequence where the boy fish isn't a salmon, so they can't have salmon kids, and then maybe the boy fish gets taken to like an aquarium and falls in love with the janitor. I don't know what I'm saying.
I will only accept this if one of the fish is named Salmonella.
That's the name of the janitor.
Okay.
He's back? Salmonella, my favorite YouTuber.
Yeah, that's the comeback story. I had nothing, dude. Like I said, these were better horror movies. I have, what do we have here? Visiting Time. Sounds of My Secret Admirer. Name of My Fascination. Girlfriend Without Flaws.
These are just manga titles. Like,
Kinda. And then I also had Hug of Hope. But anyway. That's what you get. You get my love story about fish. Jordan,
There you go.
do better.
All right. So first, I will. First, I have a couple of close contenders that also sounded like horror movie titles. We have Escaping His Parents is one that came up. Escaping Myself and God's in My Town.
What?
So those were the suggested titles for the movie. But the one that I picked and the one that I am presenting to you today as my elevator pitch is called Possessed by Her Friends. It is a quirky rom-com that follows our lead who just doesn't quite fit in and is trying so hard to find love. So she joins this dating app where one of the unique features that is newly rolled out and has not been available in other programs like this before is you can have your friends help you on this date. If your friends download this app and you also have this app on their phone, then they can help you by controlling some of your actions on this date so that you don't make a complete goddamn fool of yourself.
It's Black Mirror.
It's Black Mirror. It sounds like a Black Mirror episode. And so she goes on several dates through this, and it's going okay, but it could be better. And then finally, she finds the guy. She finds the one, and or girl. I haven't decided yet, but she finds the one person that like this might be it. And unfortunately, her friends are fucking it up for her. And so the lesson that she learns is that it's better to just be yourself and accept your flaws, and that you will find the person that loves you for you, and don't let your friends control your brain.
That's not the lesson I got. The lesson I got was I should kill my friends.
No, that's the first movie that Levi pitched.
Oh
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
driving into my friends.
Why do I remember that?
Because it's a good idea.
It's the blockbuster hit of the summer.
I hate you. This is now in my brain, taking up space, and I don't know how long it's gonna be there.
But yes, Possessed by Her Friends, the new summer rom-com with the quirky what is it, Manic Pixie Dream Girl at the center of it, and she finds love despite the interference of her friends and the mishaps of modern technology.
Go to Netflix. Go.
Please, Netflix, hire me. I have ideas. I promise I can write.
Levi, finish this, and it better not be as good as driving into my friends.
Okay, I actually have kind of like a serious one to end off with. I got a pretty good title that I thought would be for a pretty good movie.
Whoa.
So my movie that I'm pitching is called Gods and Knights.
Whoa.
And it's going to be set in the Middle Ages. And it's going to start at like a cathedral. And there's going to be this knight in the cathedral. And like the cleric or a bishop or something is going to be talking to him about rumors of like dark magic going on in this part of the country. And he needs to go there and extinguish it and get rid of it. And he's like, yes, I will do this for the church and for God. And so he goes there. And he finds the source of the dark magic, which is this like woman. It's this chick, it's this lady. And he can't kill her. She just like grabs his sword and just stops him. And then this is where it becomes a bottle episode because they stay here for the rest of the movie. And it's just them like in, I don't know, in like a glade or a cave or something. And so he's like, well, since I can't kill you, I'm going to talk to you. What are you? And she's like, I am an old pagan god that used to be worshipped by like these people here before the Christian God was worshipped. And so then it becomes a whole philosophical movie where the knight is like, but Christianity, like it preaches the good word and all these good things and blah, blah, blah. And he brings up like all the good points about it. And then she's like, but I have been shunned and outcast because of it. And they grow to like each other through their discussions about philosophy and the nature of religion and the world, and the knight comes to think, well, maybe you're not so bad just because you are some spirit that resides within the forest. Just because you're not necessarily a Christian entity doesn't mean you're bad. And she's like, well, maybe not everyone who, my worldview that everyone was out to get me and everyone was going to persecute me wasn't necessarily correct, because I've met you and you were clearly willing to sit here and talk to me about it. And they fall in love, and that's the end of the movie.
Oh, so it's enemies to lovers.
Oh my gosh.
Dig it.
And then the sequel, Meet the Fockers.
What?
That's a deep cut. I don't know if any of you even know that movie.
I don't.
No.
I
And
could even better.
It's also like it's like a message of the modern day of like, just sit down and talk to people. Maybe you should do that. It's like
Unless
that.
they're horrible. Yeah. Unless they're horrible, then I'm not going to finish that sentence. Well, because that could go either way and not the message that I'm trying to convey.
Then see Levi's first film.
Yes. If you want to disregard the message of this final film, you can go back to my very early works, which have a much different tone in Driving Into My Friends.
Sometimes you can't just agree to disagree. Sometimes you have to commit vehicular manslaughter.
You need to drive into your friends.
And this is how Levi raises a generation, not of people that hate one another because of simple artificial differences, but instead everyone hates each other because they're too busy trying to win NASCAR.
Exactly.
Every person gets drafted to NASCAR. Everybody.
Drafted?
That's how we
Yes.
form a one world society that everything is determined by NASCAR races.
And this was actually a prequel film.
Yes.
A prequel biopic. I'm drunk high. When did the fish fall in love? And then become the tuna sandwich.
Oh my god, that's a prequel to the tuna sandwich movie.
This is the Nat One podcast cinematic universe.
Yep, I will be making all of these.
They're all connected.
It all starts next summer with the one we said at the beginning for our cold open.
This summer. Nat One podcast brings you.
Someone in the recording, I'm gonna die. My head's gonna explode.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to. If you really like our content, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on YouTube, and look for us on Spotify. If you'd like to see us continuing to do more fun projects in the future, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can find our page linked in the description above all of our other social media links. And finally, if you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and check out some more skit-based content and things like that, check us out on Twitter and TikTok, links in the description. And hey, thanks!
When all the NASCAR drivers turn into ghosts.
That's an interesting take.
Dogs without eyes.
Dogs without eyes.
That's my favorite movie.
The highly anticipated sequels, Hamsters Without Legs.
Whoa, those are
I
just
thought
hot
hamsters.
Wait,
Did you say it's a hot pocket?
let's go get shawarma.
I'm 2 hours away from you.
That's okay.
Let's
Catch
just
a
go.
plane or something. Not my problem.
I
NASCAR.
think though, I didn't get to mention it during the recording, guys, but I'm really excited for my upcoming nonfiction movie.
Which
Oh.
is,
Rodents.
what's it about?
Rodents.
A complete history of Chuck E. Cheese.
And its sequel, Mice.
Both of which are political in nature.
Yes.
They are?
Opposite ends of the political spectrum, rodents and mice.
I don't think that's true.
But can things really be opposite on a spectrum?
At some point, doesn't it just become a circle?
I don't know. We use Spectrum, and I should really ask them.
Yeah, me too. Wait a minute. How many gigs is a rodent?
4, maybe 5.
Oh, I gotta
And
upgrade to
that's
the
the
mice
end.
package.
That's the end of the